behind there. Tell me how it's looking.
My favorite memory of Christina, affectionately known as Molly, would be the times when she would come to Trinidad and we would have long talks in the night and we can't go to sleep, and it's like about 4 of us wanting to, lie down in the same bed.
Does my face look centered?
Hello guys, this is Tante Baby Doll. In memory of Molly, we had good times. We shared in the bad times and in the good times. We laughed, we cried, and we had lots of fun when we meet.
Okay, now I don't want like the other uncles and aunts, whoever see this, to feel a how, but Tante Molly was one of the cooler ones in the sense where she used to come across as she was more intelligent than the rest of them.
And I remember her laugh. She had an infectious laugh and she was always very bubbly. She never was depressed, she never was sad. She always was very bubbly. That's one. And then I would remember when I go to New York and I go to visit her, and we would go and take long walks, and she would carry me down to Chinatown and we would buy fish, and we just had some wonderful time, and I miss her. I really do miss her, and I thank God for the memory that I have, and I thank God that she was my sister.
Molly would always be remembered in the family, and she make her the worst of her life, she turned it into joy and gladness. She always looked forward to improve her lifestyle.
I think I really believe this. Now she never tell me this, right? She never tell me this, so I don't want to just put words in her mouth. But I think I was one of, or if not the most favorite nephews.
I remember our time in Tobago when all of the folks in La Fortune Church at that time, it would have been like Gaia and Jaggy and Roll and Simon and Bells. We all went to Tobago at Primus, and we all went to Tobago, and we were in this Holiday Foods van driving up the place with Harry, and Harry just held a sudden brake and everybody just fall off from the van. The door swung open and we just fell off, and it was such a good time. We used to have such a wonderful time with Molly. She always opened up her home to every one of us, even strangers. She didn't have to know you. Once you are friends of us, it's okay with her, and we had such a grand time.
To Molly, we have had many conversations over the past year since we both migrated to the US. Many great ones, and a few not so great. We've shared many wonderful memories, laughs and giggles over the phone about our families, the siblings whose lives we shared and love, and the wonderful times we spent growing up in a La Fortune church where our family first came to know the Lord.
And for her children, I want to say, boys, you all keep up the good work, and what your mom wasn't fortunate to achieve and to become, I want that for you all. I want peace, prosperity, grow in the Lord. As the day come, you all will have good memory of her because she instilled good.
Okay, just now. First of all, I think she believed that she was... No, sorry. Just now.
This is one of Molly's favorite songs that I recall her singing, and it goes like this. There is coming a day when no heartache shall come, no more clouds in the sky, no more tears to dim the eye, and all his peace forevermore on that happy golden shore. What a day, glorious day that will be. What a day that will be when my Jesus I shall see. And when I look upon his face, the one who saved me by his grace. And when he takes me by the hand and lead me to the promised land. Oh, what a day, glorious day that will be.
Our family and people in many of the churches still remember your singing of those special songs unto the Lord that lifted our spirits and brought joy to our hearts.
And to her grandchildren, that you all will grow in the grace and knowledge of God. Molly make her, whatever situation Molly found herself in, she always there was a time where she always wanted to cheer and laugh. Her laughter would always be in my memory. She know how to turn over a bad situation and you know help us deal with our situation here as well. We both exchange ideas, and she would always be remembered. Thank you.
First of all, let me send condolences to Dwain, DeAngelo, Jojo, and Danielle, to all her daughter-in-laws and grandchildren, to the Charles family, to the siblings that are alive, her nieces, her nephews. This is a sad time, especially at this time where we are not able to say our final rites or our goodbye to Auntie Molly.
I think she believed that I was her best looking nephew. Now, I know some people can say, oh, coming down, most lately, like she couldn't see and all of that and whatever. I know some people can say that, well, she couldn't see how it is, like, but let me tell you something, Stevie Wonder couldn't see, but he was a good judge of music. You know what I mean?
One thing I would always remember with Auntie Molly, is that voice. Whenever you would call her and you hear her on the phone, that voice was so bright, was so strong. You will never think that she was sick in any way, and that is something I give God praise and thanks for.
I remember your bravery, courage, and persistence in pursuing things that were important to you.
And my memories with her is when she used to visit from the States with you boys. We had a lot of beach limes, a lot of home limes, a lot that took place at my parents' house. A lot of good times with Elizabeth and Auntie Anne Marie and Primus and Uncle Simon, and it was those times when we had any relative, matter of fact, that came from abroad. It was family time.
I mean, seriously, I see a lot of videos, clips from the guys that came before me, and I mean, Miami.
And I think all her kids will always remember that too, when they talk to her on the phone or at home. That voice was always strong, always bright. And that in itself was a great encouragement to me, and I know it would have been to her entire family.
I had all expectation that you would have remained with us a while longer, and that you would have come to spend some time with me and Anna Rose after we moved into our new home in Florida. But I now see that was not to be. Instead, the Lord called you on earlier than many expected.
One of the things that will stand out for me, though, is her personality. Whether you agree with her or not, she was not afraid to express her feelings. She was not afraid to say what she stood for.
Tanti Molly to me was an altruistic person, meaning she always put people first.
Somebody mentioned this. I think it was Martina, Matitina. She was saying that how, you, you know, you would have never realized something was wrong with her, or she was in pain, or she was in any type of discomfort. And you would talk to Tanti Molly, and you would never know, because half of the time you're laughing. Oh, because I think I was her funniest nephew. Like no lie. If all they think I'm not good looking enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not a good musician, like Tommy.
You left us 4 handsome looking sons in Danza, Joel, DeAngelo, and Danielle. 3 special daughters-in-law in Soraya, Melanie, Jessica, and 6 wonderful grandchildren in Hannah, Sarah, Max, Logan, Liam, and Grayson.
I just want to say, Tanti Molly, you will be missed. It has not sunk in as yet, and regardless of what she has been going through, she is flying high. She has no more pain. She has nothing to worry about.
To me, she was a motivator. She always wanted to know what was happening with me and around me.
Now that you no longer have to deal with pain, prescription, or vision, I could imagine how you are carrying on in heaven, seeing Carmen, your 4 brothers, and Pastor Louis, apart from Jesus himself. So, sing for them as you did for us while you were here, and let them know that the rest of the family are on their way.
She would laugh, Dred. She would laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh, and you would never think that Tanti Molly is in any type of discomfort in any way unless you ask.
The way how Bible prophecies are fulfilling every day, it is not for long that we will see her sooner than we think.
She would say, "You go, girl, you can do it, and don't let anybody stop you."
Christina, Hinds, Auntie Molly, Auntie Pearl, as we know her. When I think about her, I think about someone that has worked really hard in life.
Sometimes on my way home from work, I would call her, you know. Well, first of all, I wouldn't just call her just so. She would request that I call her. I don't just call people just so. People just ask for me to call them.
I will always remember Tanti Molly as a soignée, meaning she was always well dressed and groomed.
It's funny though that she's spending her birthday with Uncle Bo at this time, and Mama has a lot of her children up there, and we want to say that you'll be missed. I guess when it's done and said and over with, we will remember you for your laughter. We will remember you for your outspokenness. And this is coming from your niece Abigail, Jeff, Jada, and Jolene. We love you always.
No matter what came her way, and she would have had setbacks here and there, but that did not stop her from her dreams and her goals. She was very focused, she was very driven. And despite whatever would have happened around her, she got up every day and she did what she had to do. She fulfilled her duty as a devoted mom. And those are one of the defining qualities. Without having to say anything, her actions spoke louder than words. And I really admire her for that.
She would try to impart her wisdom and her experiences onto us so that we wouldn't make the same mistakes.
And as far as I can remember, despite her pain and adversity, her strength has always been displayed on her face.
I recall many times she was very fond of Jimmy Swaggart's music. She found comfort in the choruses and his commentaries, and I know she felt very peaceful. And from time to time, I remember my parents saying and mentioning her love for Jimmy Swaggart songs. And those were some of the hymns that we grew up listening as well.
So I have 1 minute of to do this of my fondest memories of Tanti Molly.
Dear Tanti Molly, I just want to say that I'm very grateful for being able to call you my aunt. You know, whenever you visited Trinidad, you know, your long talks and your words of advice was always amazing.
She had all reason to complain. She had all. And she didn't. But what she did was she kept in touch with those who were available, and she would try to help them in their own lives, and that meant a lot.
One major quality I love about my aunt is that she was capable without any assistance required to express her thoughts without compromise in any conversation. She had the tenacity to say what she wanted to say, and she said it without holding back. Not everyone can do that, and I admire that about her. Not everyone has the courage to express their thoughts and what's on their mind, and she was able to do that.
I remember when she used to visit us in Trinidad and she used to come home Laramie, she would individually talk to us for lengthy hours. And I remember when it was my turn, the voice got deeper and she would pull me outside and we would talk for hours.
It saddened me a bit because me and Ariel finally visited New York and you weren't there. But, you know, everything happens for a reason, and I know you're in a better place now, and I just want you to know that we will miss you and we love you, and, you know, everything will be okay.
Of course, she was interested in who would be the lucky gal, you know, who would be the one to lock my neck, you know, who would be the one to tame this stallion. Yeah, I remember talking to her about Vanessa. I remember talking to her about a lot of girls.
She was also a woman of class that we all know. She dressed well. She loved to have her hair very well in order. She enjoyed looking good. And I would say in the end that my aunt was still beautiful in more ways than one.
She would lecture me, and I remember she used to say always, every time, number one was, Dina, are you in church? Make sure you're in church. And then it will go on to make sure you're listening to your parents. And then, Dina, stay in school. If you're in school, stay in school.
You know, she always mentioned, hey, you know, treat the girl good. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's like one of her lines, you know, after she says, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
She was very much precious, and she enjoyed dressing up. She loved to look good, and I admire the way she went about it. She worked hard for what she wanted, and she enjoyed her hard work.
I remember the topic that took the longest would be when we reached to boys, and she used to always say, you know, make sure you have a lot of friends, a lot of male friends, and don't just settle and don't just like somebody for love. Make sure they can take care of you. And we used to do all of this.
Even when you spoke to her in person, she had this authoritative way. Her tone and everything would make you like...
All of us are her prized gems and possessions, but most of all, I know her 4 boys was her precious gems.
The fondest memories I had of my mom was growing up with my brothers in the apartment in Brooklyn. Mom used to come home late, around 1 o'clock in the morning, and we'd stay up all 3, 4 in the morning watching movies.
What can I say about Christina Hinds? Well, I know in life she liked goat, and in the end she was a goat. If you don't understand me, let me explain. The greatest of all time. That's who she is. She's the greatest mom. She's the greatest sister. She's the greatest aunt. She's the greatest niece. In all these things, she was great.
Hey Mom, this is your pumpkin here. Just want to say that I miss you very, very, very much and that I love you.
The other fondest memories were of Mom meeting Hannah and Sarah, my daughters, for the first time, and her interaction with them and the love that she showed for them. That's my fondest memories of Mom.
She was, without a doubt, the funniest. She'd light up the room when she walked in. She made everybody laugh, and she loved to laugh. That's what I remember about my mom. She loved life.
I know you're in a better place. You're not dealing with the issues of your earthly body that is just trouble to deal with every day. I know you're at the feet of the Lord, glorifying in your new rejuvenated body.
Hey Auntie Molly, I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything that you have done. I will cherish the memories that we shared and the times that I visited with you and you came to Canada years ago.
I just want to say that I miss you and I love you very much. And I know, God willing, one day we will meet again.
Thank you for your 4 amazing boys. Your legacy will live on with them and your grandkids, and your journey will continue after this life.
People like Dana and them needed that type of force. You know, Tanti Molly would speak to me as if I were on her level. You know, like if I were intelligent and, you know, I was very, very smart. And I appreciated that. You know, she never used to rough me up like how she used to rough up them rest of Tommy and Dana and Avalon and the rest of them. You know, them used to get rough up. You know, but I was one of a kind. You know.
And I remember sucking my finger listening to her playing with her elbow, and she wouldn't question me, she would just laugh, and we all were sitting down there and she would never move. It was always her right elbow and she would never move, and she's lecturing me and I sucking my finger and playing with her elbow, and she never questioned it, and that was fun for both of us, and she'll dearly be missed. Auntie Molly, I love you and we miss you.
Dwain, Dale, DeAngelo, and Danielle, you all entered this world. I'm speaking from a practical perspective now. You all entered this world from a blessed home. Your mom loved you all very much, and on numerous occasions, she would have spoken about her boys. She loved you all very deeply, and she would have done anything to make you all happy. There's a saying, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world, and in every sense, she was nothing less than that statement. Her hands really, that rocked the cradle, ruled the world.
You will be deeply missed by your siblings and your nieces and nephews and of course your children. But I take comfort knowing that you're at peace and that you will be looking over us all. So journey safe and may the blessings be. Sending love to you all. Take care.
I continue her legacy by loving my own family and embracing each season of my life, and also learning from my mistakes. My aunt lives on when I don't give up. When I continue to press on and find courage in God, when things go wrong, I will continue. I represent her when I add my touch of class to everything that I do.
Everybody know that I'm a clown, but even in her seriousness about life and everything else, the conversations were filled with laughter. So I would really miss her.
In closing, I know she is in a place far better than where we are, and I'm happy to know, in one sense, that she's no longer in pain and she's rejoicing. Most importantly, that she can see. I love you very much, Auntie Molly.
So continue to trust God, and God bless you.
Molly, I miss you. I really, really miss you. And I know that if I stay the course, I will see you in heaven one day.
To the rest of the surviving family, I say to you, live for Jesus every day God gives to you going forward. God bless you all.
my Auntie Molly. And I miss my... she is the one who used to call me Jincy. And Molly, can she call me Jincy?
Care less if I could buy it all with a solitary dime. For what good would this world do me with leaving on my mind? And lately all I've got is leaving on my mind. Seems that's all I'm thinking about. Most of the time